All right, we're going to go ahead and get started today. Today, we are going to be highlighting our scripted sessions feature, which will help you build better bullpens in your program. I'm joined today by Joe Wilson to give Joe a moment to introduce himself.
Hi, nice to meet everyone. I'm Director of Customer Success for about the last 9 months here. And have coached from the youth level all up to the summer college level. So happy to be here.
Spencer, I'm on the Diamond Sports sales team on the East. I've been at Rapsodo since October, but happy to help in the way of sales.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. My name is Danny. I'll be doing the presentation today. I have been a pitching coach at most levels between youth, high school, facility, college. I've done a lot of training in the past. So I'm really excited to show you guys the scripted sessions feature and how to use that to help with your bullpen. Scripted session is a way to pre-plan your bullpens. So these are ready to go for your players when they step into the pitching lane and they're ready to go. The added benefit of that is on the back end, we will do some command grading, command scoring for your players between different pitch types, different locations and such. This particular feature is available on the baseball app and the softball app. It is available right now for Rapsodo Pro 2.0 users. Support for Pro 3.0 is in development, and it will be coming soon. Creating a scripted session or editing a scripted session that you have already created or exists in your profile requires an internet connection. So the way that you're going to do this is you're going to create or edit scripted sessions before you connect to your Rapsodo device. So here on the home screen, I have this tab on the far right, scripted sessions. When we click into that, we can see ones that already exist on my account here, but we're going to go ahead and go through the creation flow for this. So I click on create. For this particular session, I'm going to do 8 pitches, which is not a very viable bullpen, but we're going to do that so that we can go through the entire flow for that. And I'm just going to call that February ramp up. In reality, we probably do that and sets of 20, 30, 40 up until your guys are more ready for the season. The description is just something to help you remember what you created. You'll be able to search through your sessions by the session name, which again, I created as February ramp up. I'm just going to put test in here so that we have something there. And then when I click next, I am now into the scripted session creation page. So here on the left side are all the pitches that I have added for this session. I have 8 there. For some reason, I want to add another one. That add button does add just one single pitch. The flow for creating the scripted session is we'll first choose the pitch type, and then I'm going to select the zones that I want that pitch to be in. For this particular one, I'm going to select them all because it's the first pitch, and we're talking about a bullpen in February. We probably don't expect too much from my athletes at this point. What we're looking at now is me scripting out one single pitch. So I have that first pitch selected there. If I do a short hold on pitch number 2, I can select more than one at a time. So here I am going to do pitches 2 and 3, and they will have the same info in them. So we're just going to jump into a breaking ball early. When I'm done with the group of pitches that I'm doing, if I am doing multi, there's a release button here you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen there that will let those pitches go, and then I can do my next pitch, and we'll call it a change up, and we just want that down because that's a good place to throw change ups. Pitch 5, I'm going to come back to the fastball, perhaps a 2-strike pitch following a curveball in a real game. We want to execute that up. Moving on to pitch 6, we'll go back to the curveball. And we'll do glove side for a righty here. The point of view, the strike zone on this screen is always from the pitcher's point of view, so looking head on at the plate. And then pitch number 7, we'll do another changeup down in the zone. And then for pitch number 8, we'll just do a fastball down in the zone, avoiding the middle of the plate. At this point, I have added all the pitches that I want to add. Again, if I need to add another one for any reason, I can press the add button there and it will just add pitch number 9 to the UI. We'll go ahead and show that. One more fastball, and we'll just call it get near the zone for me for your last pitch of your bullpen. What you'll see here is the standard Rapsodo 9 box strike zone with the shadow zone. The shadow zone is roughly the width of a baseball. So those are just competitive pitches at that point. Save will get my session into my profile. And now I can see it here on the top left there, February ramp up.
And if there's any questions, feel free to drop them in the
Yes.
chat or the Q&A.
Sorry.
You could answer them.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that. If you guys have any questions that pop up, go ahead and drop them into the Q&A for the Zoom. Spence will relay them to me if they're relevant to what we're talking about at the current moment. We'll go ahead and answer them right away. If not, we'll circle back and get them at the end.
I already got our first question. Is
All right.
the zone at the front of home plate?
The zone is at the front of home plate. Yes, the front plane of home plate is where that strike zone lives. Yes. I'm going to go into play now because I have my scripted session created. What you guys are looking at here, you're probably not used to seeing. This device I'm connecting to is a virtual device that exists within our demo environment to show off features like we're doing here. It has the same kind of connection flow. The only thing you're not going to see is a calibration because this device doesn't actually exist. And when we get into the session, I'm going to press a button and it's going to throw real pitches that are just replay. They're obviously not happening in real time in this office here, but they are real pitches that have existed at one time or another. I'm going to select our Rapsodo field, and then on our session type there, you have the standard pitching, which has all your pitching sessions, the standard hitting ones, and then scripted. These are the ones that we have been creating. That is the one that we created here on the webinar. And I am going to load into this. And again, this virtual device is going to go through the same flow as a regular device does minus the calibration. So it's going to check and configure itself. You got one?
Yep. Will we be adding default scripted sessions on each system?
Yes, yes. We do have a handful of scripted sessions that will be going out added to every account. I think that we have 3 that already exist. They are very simple 15 pitch mixes with really standard zone targets. Okay, so now that we're into the play screen, this is going to probably look vaguely familiar to everyone. This is the regular 3D screen with our metric tiles on the right side here. So you're still going to get your regular data, and then your strike zone off to the left there is going to be highlighted with all of the zones that I selected for that current pitch. And then your pitch list is on the left there. So when your athletes are throwing their scripted sessions, if the iPad is near them, they will be able to see what's coming, what they're throwing at, and such. This is a very nice feature to help automate your bullpens. You can get back into coaching movements or however you prefer to coach and not have to worry about staring at the screen, tagging pitches, et cetera on this. So I am going to trigger a pitch now, and it's going to replay a real pitch that has happened before. The location for this pitch has hit my specified zone there in the top right shadow zone there, so up and into a right-handed pitcher. On our pitch list here on the left, there is that button down there that looks like a redo button. That is what that button does. If you want to go back to that pitch, if your athlete did not execute it and you think that you can fix that quickly and you want them to go ahead and attack that target again, you press that, you are prompted. Are you sure you would like to redo this? And if you hit redo, you will be able to redo that pitch. And we have thrown to the same zone there. My second pitch here is a curveball low in the zone. We are going to hope that our virtual device hits it. This did not. It was the same pitch there. And we're going to go through all 9 of these so that we can get to the back end of a scripted session. This particular pitch was middle, and it did hit the zone that we were asking the athlete to throw to. This was our put away pitch up top. Athlete missed on this one. Close side curveball for a righty. This one was executed. And they get that instant feedback of the green check mark when they hit the zone and the X when they do not hit the zone. This is our changeup low. That is a missed spot, not a great spot for a changeup. And then on to our last one here, which in this case, our athlete did hit that. Since the scripted sessions have a concrete ending to them, they will end themselves when the last pitch is thrown. You will immediately be greeted with this post-session summary showing the athlete their success rate, number of success out of the total and the total failures. They will also get a breakdown per pitch type. We have much more post-session insights and reports coming to this in the future. So stay tuned on that. I'm going to go ahead and show some of the improvements that are already in development for this product. One of the things that we are adding to scripted sessions so that these become more usable by more of your athletes is you may notice that when you're selecting the pitch types, they're very specific. The one that I selected there would not work for a pitcher that threw a fastball, a changeup, and a slider. That scripted session would only work for a pitcher that threw a fastball, curveball, and a changeup. One of the changes that we're making is you'll still be able to do that very specific scripting, but we'll make it more broad so that you hopefully only have to create a few of these and then all of your athletes can use them. Now, that's a very similar improvement will be coming to the softball side, and it'll work mostly the same way as the ones you're looking at here in baseball. If you select grouped pitch types and you select a fastball, an athlete that throws a four seam, a two seam, and a cutter, those pitches will satisfy the fastball requirement in the scripting part. For the breaking ball, a curveball, a slider, or a sweeper will be acceptable for the pitcher to throw when you select a breaking ball. And for off speed, changeup, knuckleball for anyone who throws those, and splitter will satisfy the off speed requirement. So this will make it so that hopefully you only have to create a handful of scripted sessions, and then you will be able to use those for your entire off season, in season, whatever part of the year that you're at. And the only thing that will really hinder you on that end is the amount of pitches that you want to throw in that session. The other improvement that we are creating is throwing to a 9 square is not fun for anyone, including big leaguers. If we were to select a single 9 square location for a big leaguer for their entire bullpen, their success rate would probably be around 30% for the more for the guys with more elite command. So we are adding in other strike zone types. So if you will look at the bottom right of my screen there, you will see the strike zone types that we're adding. You will always have your 9 square with the shadow zone. You will have a 4 square with a shadow zone. You will have 2 different 2 squares, both with shadow zone. One will be up and down. We're calling that north and south, and one will be in and out, and we are calling those east and west. So those 2 things, along with the post-session reporting that we are adding to this, will be the improvements that will be coming for this feature. We're really excited to roll those out as those become ready, but we're also really excited for anyone who maybe hasn't been using this, has maybe been avoiding it for whatever reason up to this point. I think it's a great time of the year to start implementing this feature into your workflows with your players, especially any high school coaches that I have here in the webinar today. I know for our state of Missouri, tryouts start next Monday, and I think that this is a great evaluation tool that you can add to your workflows for tryouts, for camps, and for any evaluations that you need to do. And I think that this covers a broad spectrum of the different coaches that we have in our ecosystem. Does anybody have any other questions that they'd like to drop about scripted sessions? Or at this point, we can branch out to any other questions that you may have about anything else Rapsodo related. At this point, it doesn't have to be about scripted sessions. Go ahead and drop those in the QA or the chat box for us, and we will get them answered. We'll give everyone a couple of minutes to drop those in there. No, and I left the session there, so I have disconnected from my virtual device. So I'm going to go ahead and end this session, and then this session will be available in your app and in your cloud, like all your other sessions are. This is just another play type for us. And again, this is available for For baseball customers, this is available for softball customers, both Pro 2.0, both in the baseball app and in the softball app. And again, support for this on Pro 3 is coming as those features become more available in the baseball app for the Pro 3 users. Anything to add? Any questions coming in?
No, nothing so far.
Okay. We'll give everyone another minute or two to drop any questions in that they may have about scripted sessions, or really at this point anything about the Rapsodo ecosystem. And again, important to remember, if you launch the app and you do connect to your device right away, that's a pretty normal workflow. I'm sure everyone's pretty used to doing that. You won't be able to edit your scripted sessions when you're not connected to a Wi-Fi network. Do you have a question there?
Got a couple coming in. Is live on live fast enough to call balls and strikes in a live hitting session on the phone?
Live on live would be on, is this a softball? Is
this for softball or?
Softball or baseball? Because that's going to kind of change us between Pro 3 and Pro 2. But the answer for both should be, yeah, softball. Yeah, so you're using the Pro 2.0 for that. Yeah, the processing time is going to be slightly slower than a regular pitch will be if you have both a pitch and a hit, because we're calculating both of those. But they still will come in within a reasonable time frame. I think that you'll be fine doing balls and strikes there.
Next question here. When you preset the session, can you apply a specific session to a specific player?
Sorry, what was that last part?
Assign it maybe?
I don't totally understand the question here, but I think that so for myself here, you're assigning this to and if you want to add to this, I'll be happy to get more specific with it. But the way I'm reading your question is when I select my location and my scripted session type, these will all the players in your player list here will be the players on your account. I have demo players here because I'm on a demo account. So if I had real players, their names would appear. So yeah, you can assign these to specific players. So the workflow would be have your scripted session ready. Athlete comes in the tunnel, they start getting loose. You set up the scripted session on the iPad here, pick your player and pick play. When it goes on, the device will be paused as it always is. And as soon as they are ready for pitch one, you hit on pause, and then yeah, that will be assigned to that player, and it will go. All of the data will go to their profile on the back end.
Perfect.
Oh, cool. All right, perfect. Any other questions? We'll give another moment or two here before we close it up. So again, you can also start a scripted session here from the scripted session page. So in this workflow, I'm already connected to my device, but I'm also connected to the internet, which is a little different than a normal workflow. But I create the session here, and then I can click Start Session. You will be dropped into the normal created page, the normal session start page. On this, you'll default to the scripted tab if you launch that tab from the scripted sessions area. We'll give just another moment here for any other questions. We'll be happy to answer anything that comes up on the back end of this as well. Any emails that come in, we'll be sharing a link to schedule a meeting with myself. If you have any specific questions about scripted sessions or really about anything within the Rapsodo ecosystem, I am on the product team here, so I'm always happy to speak with customers on any thoughts they have on feedback, ideas, issues you're having, anything at all. Happy to meet with you anytime to discuss those things. All right, I think we have allowed enough time to let any other questions trickle in, but as I mentioned just a moment ago, happy to answer these on the back end of this as well. We will be sending out a way to get into communication with us, and be happy to talk with anyone at any time. So I want to thank everyone for joining. I hope that we helped clear any questions that you had about scoop sessions up. I hope you're able to start implementing them into your workflow. We really are excited about this feature and what it can do to help coaches get through their day-to-day and really any pitching session. So I want to thank everyone for coming and hope to talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.